I'm Kat from Sunset, Utah. If you're planning on towing a trailer with your Volkswagen Tiguan, you're going to need trailer wiring installed. It is required by law. Let's break this down. You will need the tools seen here to complete this installation. So today we want to point out with our Tiguan, it comes with factory wiring. It is not active. You'll have to go to your Volkswagen dealership to have it activated. Today the wiring we're going to be doing is going to be up in our taillights. Let's show you how that's done. All right, we're going to need to gain access to our taillight harness. We're going to start on the driver's side. To remove the driver's side taillight, we're going to start by removing the 2 screws with a T25 torx screw bit. As you can see, the taillight is loose. However, there's still one more plastic clip holding it in place. To release the plastic clip, there is a lever in the form of a screw that can be released using a 10mm or a Phillips head screwdriver located behind the panel in the cargo area. So I'm using a Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to make a quarter turn and it'll pop right off. So to take some of the mystery out of how this clip works, I'm going to show you how it works. As you turn left, you'll see that the clip opens. All right, and now there are 2 levers on the side of this we're going to use to unhook your taillight. And now we will repeat that on the passenger side. Next, we're going to take our trailer wiring and run it up to our taillight harness. To do that, we're going to run it up through our bumper, but as you can see right here, it is a tight fit. We're going to have to remove these 2 screws. For that, I'll be using a T25 torx screw bit. So before we pull our wires through our bumper fascia, we're going to take our black power wire and connect a couple more feet to give us more room to work with. So for the next part, we're going to use a fishwire technique with our pull wire. We're going to push this down into the bumper fascia to pull our wiring up and through. All right, so we're going to take our yellow, white, brown, and red wires. We're going to attach them to our pull wire and pull it up through the driver's side. So now we're going to take our green wire, we're going to route it through our bumper support to avoid the exhaust and bring it to our passenger side. Now that we have our green wire in place underneath, we're going to use our pull wire technique to fish it up out of the passenger side. Now that we've got all our trailer wires routed, we are ready to test our taillight connections. Now we are going to use the front probe technique on our taillight connector to look for the left blinker. So our left blinker is the black and white wire. Now we are going to look for our brake lights. On, off, on, off, on. So we found the brake lights on the yellow and green wire and the black and yellow wire. Now we will check for our running lights. Off, on, off, on. All right. Those are going to also be the green and yellow and the black and yellow wires. Now we're on the passenger side and we are going to check for the right blinker. That's going to be on the green and white wire. We have determined that this is an ST taillight system. Our trailer wiring calls for the white and brown wire to be grounded together. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, now we're ready to ground. All right, so we're gonna take our yellow wire and we are gonna connect it to our black wire with the white stripe. So we found that our running lights and our brake lights are in two different wires, our green with the yellow stripe and our black with the yellow stripe. I'm going to use the green with the yellow stripe. And now on the passenger side, we're gonna take our green right turn trailer wire and connect it to our black with a green stripe wire. Now we're ready to put our taillights back on. All right, and now we're ready to run our power wire. This is the power wire that comes with our kit. Today we'll be exchanging that for the U-Haul exclusive power wire. It comes with a braided sheath and an OEM finish. Next, we're gonna route our power wire down the driver's side along the brake lines which lead up to the brake reservoir, which is here located next to our battery. I'm gonna start by connecting my ring terminal to my positive side of my battery. Using a 10mm, I'm going to loosen the nut, and then we're gonna tighten it back. Next, we're gonna take the power wire, we're gonna route that next to the brake reservoir, following along the brake lines to the underneath of the vehicle. To gain access to our brake lines, we need to remove this panel right here. To do so, we're gonna use a 10mm to remove 4 screws. Now we're gonna run our power wire along the brake lines. I'm going to secure them using zip ties about every 6 to 7 inches. All right, now that we're to the end of our panel, we're gonna reinstall the 10mm screws. Now that we're at the end of our panel, we're gonna continue following these lines here till we get to this cross member. So now at this cross member, we're gonna go up above it, we're gonna go across and up towards our wheel well. From that point, we'll go through the exhaust bracket, now that we've reached the end of our vehicle, we're gonna shorten these up and connect them. Now we're gonna strip it, put a butt connector on it, heat shrink it, now we're just gonna clean up our wires. Now we're ready to route our 4-flat next to our receiver. We're gonna follow our green wire we routed earlier. Now we're ready to mount our 4-flat bracket using a 3/16 drill bit. Now we're gonna take our provided hardware, pushing it through, Now using the bracket as a template, you'll drill your second hole. And now we'll use a 3/8 socket and tighten up our nuts. Now we'll put our dust cover on it and put it into place. Now we're ready to put the fuse in and power our trailer wires. Now that we've finished this installation, you are ready to tow a trailer. Thank you for watching. Again, I am Kat. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with a U-Haul Hitch professional, visit us online today at uhaulhitches.com.